Eugenia Cheng. Thank you for joining me to hear a little bit more about Molly and the mathematical mystery.
Leggendo Molly e i misteri matematici, la prima cosa che incontriamo è la stanza di Molly che è completamente capovolta, nel senso che l'interno e l'esterno si sono scambiati. Ora, questa idea di capovolgimento e di scambio tra interno e esterno, tra dentro e fuori, non è proprio la prima cosa a cui pensiamo quando pensiamo alla matematica. Perché partire da qui?
I started this book with an inside-outside situation, which might not be what you immediately think of when you think about mathematics. But I wanted to start with something that involves thinking inside my head, using my imagination, but also something that I'm used to in everyday life. I think most of us have probably had the experience of needing to turn something inside out, like maybe our socks, or maybe a shirt that's come out of the wash and the sleeves are inside out. And so turning something inside out is something that we can do with objects around us. And then we can extend it by imagining turning something inside out, even if it's not normally possible. So Molly turns her bedroom inside out. And that's not normally possible. We can't usually turn rooms inside out. But I wanted to get us all thinking about the fact that maths happens inside our brains. And it means that sometimes things can be possible in maths that aren't physically possible in the physical world around us. And that's one of the things I love about maths. It opens up possibilities, and I'm only limited by my imagination.
Questo libro contiene tantissima matematica diversa, c'è l'algebra, c'è l'infinito, ci sono le forme impossibili, c'è la probabilità, combinazioni, insomma veramente vediamo tanta matematica diversa, i frattali. Ci sono tante risposte che incontriamo via via e ci sono anche tante domande che rimangono aperte, soprattutto alla fine, perché alla fine c'è un appendice in cui ci sono tanti nuovi spunti che lasciano molta fame di matematica. È un trucco?
In this story, Molly visits a weird and wonderful world with many interesting, curious and strange mathematical features, strange shapes, weird paradoxes, things happening in different dimensions. And I really hoped that this would spark children's curiosity. The book doesn't answer all the questions, and I hope to show that maths isn't just about answering questions, it's about exploring situations. And the illustrations by Alexandra Artyomovska are so beautiful. I hope that anyone can be drawn into this world just by looking at it without needing to understand exactly what's going on. But then, once you're drawn in, maybe children and also adults will be curious to find out more about it. And then I hope they might want to find out more in order to understand more about the strange things that are going on. And that's really how mathematicians think all the time. We never finish answering questions, and we always wonder what is going on at a slightly deeper level. So I included some more mathematical explanations at the back of the book, just in case anyone's a little bit curious. But you don't have to understand any of that mathematics to enjoy looking at the book, traveling with Molly through this world, and playing with the wonderful paper engineering that's involved.
Questo è un libro molto interattivo, ci sono un sacco di punti in cui il lettore è chiamato a mettere proprio le mani sul libro per sollevare finestre, intagli, piegare, scoprire cosa c'è sotto. Un libro molto tridimensionale, perché in un'epoca in cui siamo molto abituati all'interattività anche attraverso internet, siamo invece così rassegnati al fatto che questo tipo di libro interattivo e tridimensionale con tutte queste alette da sollevare sia invece un privilegio solo per bambini.
We've all got quite used to the idea of interactive computer situations, touch screens and things that we zoom in on, or we touch something and something happens. But I still really love interactive books with flaps and things to fold and put together. I still really love building things with my hands. I love cutting things out and sticking them together. And I hope that this is still very enticing for children. And it doesn't need to be just for children. Adults love building things too. Adults love doing origami, they love building structures, painting, knitting, making things, anything that we make with our hands. I think there's something very satisfying about making something for ourselves, also like cooking delicious food. So I wanted to have some interactive hands-on activities for maths as well, because although it does happen in our brains, it's fun to be able to do things with our hands. And these are all things that I really enjoy doing. I love doing things like opening up the impossible staircase, or weaving, or spinning wheels around. So I don't think that this is just for children. I do think it appeals to children, but I don't think there's really an upper age limit for who it could appeal to. I think that this appeals to anyone who is curious about things, and I hope that that's everybody.
La matematica di questo libro, la matematica di Molly, è una matematica molto più vicina alla matematica universitaria di quanto non lo sia a quella che in genere è la matematica scolastica, almeno in Italia, nel senso che è molto più astratta, è molto più dettata dalla curiosità. Dovremmo forse iniziare a immaginare che anche la scuola dovrebbe proporre una matematica più fatta così.
The maths I've showed in Molly's world is quite different from some of the maths, or most of the maths, that we usually see at school. To me, it's more like the kind of maths that I got into when I got to university and started doing research. It's more abstract, it's more open-ended. It's not just about getting the right answer or solving an equation. I hope that we can start doing more of this kind of maths at school as well, because I think it's very enticing and that it's very appealing to children who feel creative or feel that they want to be involved, where they might be put off by questions that only have one right answer. Whereas in Molly's kind of maths, there isn't really a right answer, there's just different ways in which different things can happen. And this is a lot more like the abstract maths I do in my research. It's not about there being one right answer. Some people like maths because it has clear right answers, but some people don't like the fact that it has clear right answers because it's too black and white. And actually, the research I do is not very black and white at all. It's much more about explorations and possibilities and seeing connections between things and spotting patterns. And that's why I particularly wanted to show this kind of maths in this book for children as well, because why do we need to wait until we are older to see that kind of maths? I don't think we do. I think that we can be intrigued by that even when we're very small.
Il titolo è Molly e i misteri matematici, è tutto un mistero che si scioglie alla fine. C'è qualcosa in comune tra il giallo e l'idea di un mistero da svelare e il modo in cui funziona la matematica?
The book is a bit of a mystery, and it ends with a little bit of a twist. And I think that we can see maths as a little bit like a detective story. There are clues all around us, and we need to fit them together and try and understand how they fit together in order to work out what's really going on. And the thing about maths as a detective story is that there isn't just one specific thing we're trying to solve. It's like a detective story where we're not even quite sure what the mystery is when we start. So we sort of have to work out what the mystery is and then work out how to solve it. It's a bit like doing a jigsaw puzzle where you don't have the picture in front of you, so you can't just compare pieces to the picture. You have to fit them together and then work out what the picture is as you're going along. And then maybe you put together a lot of the pieces and you realize, oh, this picture is going to be a bunny rabbit. And then it's easier for you to fit it together because you can spot the ears and things. But before that, it's just a load of different pieces that you're trying to work out in relation to each other. I love the mystery of maths and the fact that there is always more mystery. Even if we have worked out what one particular mystery is about, it just creates more mysteries for us to solve. And I like the fact that we never finish, that there's always more to understand. And I like the feeling that this keeps stretching my brain more and more and more. And I hope that you will enjoy that feeling too.